Hey, what is up, people? Skywalker Hendrix here, back with another video for you guys today. And today we get to look at the Hot Toys Episode 2 Anakin Skywalker. This figure I have actually had for a long time now, really since he dropped. I mean, I got him like the week he dropped, which it's been a while now, but I'm finally opening him. Well, spoiler alert, I have already opened him, as he did feature in my top 10 of 2024. Check that video out if you haven't already, but I was going to leave him off the list as I hadn't opened him yet, but I was like, I have a feeling. I have, seen pictures of this head sculpt and opening the figure just to make sure I wasn't, doing him a disservice, leaving him off. Also, this is one of my favorite looks for Anakin. Attack of the Clones is my favorite movie. So, at least Star Wars movie. I mean, it's my most fun Star Wars movie. Maybe not exactly my favorite, but it is my favorite in a way. I love that movie so much. And yeah, getting Attack of the Clones Anakin in the Hot Toys line is absolutely amazing. So, I had to open this guy up. So yeah, he's just an amazing figure. I have not messed around with him too much. I legit just took him out of the box. So let's take a closer look at him today. Something I absolutely loved, though, were these 20th anniversary style boxes. Just absolutely love them. All right, now getting this guy laid out in his tray. He does come with some very nice accessories in this tray here, along with some extra wrist pegs and yeah, nice hands, all the hands that you would really need. Maybe they could have done a few more, but I really don't see what else you would really need, along with the, kind of relaxed hands that he comes with. He also does come with the two USB lightsabers, which is very cool for those that use those in their display. I do not use them in my display, but yeah, just very cool that he does come with those. As Hot Toys has been experimenting with the light up lightsabers for a long time now, and it's funny actually, all of their light up sabers used to come on arms just like this, that you would replace and put some batteries in the forearm there and plug it into the arm, and it would light up via battery. But the USB-C option does seem to be making a lot of collectors happy, and if you're into all that in your display, you can basically make it where you turn on a light switch or an app on your phone that is connected to a USB hub, and it will turn your entire display on. Now that's very cool and something that I would love to look into one day. I just, I don't know, the whole light up sabers, I would probably never do it with light up sabers, but maybe with some bases here and there, or with Darth Vader. I don't know, it's a lot of wires in your display, and messing with the figure's outfit to hide those wires, because essentially they want you to feed the wire up the arm of the figure and in their clothes, and I don't want to take apart an entire figure just to have it light up for 5 seconds while I'm looking at it, or showing someone my display, I guess. He also does come though with some nice accessories for his base. These are kind of meant to emulate the machinery in the droid factory on Geonosis, so that is very cool, and that is kind of what his base is styled after. And it is a cool kind of unique twist on the classic rectangle base. But something that very excited me a lot about this figure is that he does come with some green blades for the lightsaber. He does come with two lightsabers, which is awesome. So you do get his more arena lightsaber when he just gets thrown a random saber in the arena, and it looks amazing, painted as fantastic as usual with Hot Toys. But he also does come with his classic Episode 2 lightsaber now. This is kind of a unique saber to Anakin, as he only uses it in this film, and it is kind of more in line with his Darth Vader look before he moves on to the classic Anakin Skywalker lightsaber. So it is very cool to get that in the Hot Toys collection. Obviously, the lightsabers, as detailed and fun as they are, they're going to be in their hand, basically hidden. But I am really loving how vibrant this green is. And the option, even though technically it's not his saber, as that gets destroyed in the droid factory, but you can have him dual wield like he was against Dooku. That is just a very cool display option, and even though I'm not going to do it, I'm very tempted to display him just with the green saber. I have the whole Attack of the Clones line, actually, so having him kind of with Padme and the Geonosis battle droids and the B2, and that arena scene, I might have him rocking the green saber. And I don't know what it is, I've always loved as a kid Anakin with that green saber from that scene. Like I said, Attack of the Clones is my favorite Star Wars movie. It's just the one I watched the most as a kid, waiting for Revenge of the Sith to come out. And yeah, Anakin with that green saber, and then him fighting Dooku, it was just absolutely amazing as a kid. And then, of course, I already did show it off just a little bit, but he does come with the swap out mechanical hand. Now, this thing is pretty cool as well, very detailed, and kind of his robot look from the end. Like I said, it is the end of the movie that he has this, but it's cool to have that option. And for me, I am almost a little tempted to pick up a second one of these guys and do more of a Tartakovsky Anakin from that first episode of the Tartakovsky Clone Wars, which is my favorite Star Wars anything of all time. I love that cartoon. Just like Attack of the Clones, I used to watch that so much in preparation for Revenge of the Sith. But first impressions with Anakin himself here. Like I said, not really first impressions, but a kind of first look for you guys. And I did, like I said, just briefly take this guy out of the package to film him real quick for my top 10 video. But as you can see, he was on that top 10 video for a reason, and he was number 3 on the year. Guys, look at that head sculpt. You cannot tell me that is not Hayden Christensen. It is spot on. And this just really makes me excited for the Artisan Anakin coming very soon. I cannot wait for that figure. But this was really just a tease for that, as a lot of companies have struggled with Hayden's likeness. I feel like Hot Toys has always been pretty strong with it for the most part, but they nailed it here, and from the looks of it, they nailed it on that Artisan Anakin. So just having, this character portrayed so well in figure form is just really just a testament to Hot Toys' capabilities and what they have been doing lately with the head sculpts. It's absolutely insane. But with no further ado, let's get this guy all the way out and in the light box. All right, now, like I said, this is one of, if not my favorite look for Anakin Skywalker. I love just him in this movie. I think he is overly hated as much as he is getting his flowers now, if you will. I think he was done very dirty with how just people think. I don't know if people don't remember being a teenager themselves, and I totally understand and recognize that George Lucas is not, as much as I love George and I think George can do no wrong, he is not the strongest with dialogue. He makes fantastic movies. his thematic directing style, or even thematic writing style, is there's no one quite like him, and that is why Star Wars is what it is. But his dialogue maybe is not the strongest, but at this point, that is almost the charm of it. They are from a galaxy far, far away, and especially in the prequel times, I kind of chalk it up to maybe how they would talk in, the Roman Empire, very, very high and mighty almost, or, they used a different vocabulary. Everything was said with a weight to it, and very elegantly, and all that. So maybe that's what George was going for, but overall, I even think, the love scenes in this particular movie aren't... I mean, dude, have any of you guys ever watched a sappy love movie that, maybe your girlfriend wanted you to watch? Or, I mean, this is so funny. We're going off on a tangent in this one. This is a Skywalker Hendrix ramble. I had a girlfriend that showed me the television series Vampire Diaries, and I thought that was the corniest show I'd ever seen. But upon watching it with her a few times, that show is dope. It's kind of sick. And just because something has some maybe not so realistic dialogue does not mean... I don't know. I think this movie is so fun and great, and shows what Star Wars can be at its best. I mean, the Jango and Obi-Wan fight scene, followed by them frickin' going at it in the asteroid field. The Geonosian arena, even the droid factory, so fun. I mean, just so fun. It's such a fun movie. I love this movie so much. It is just, I hold it so near and dear to my heart. But anyway, back to the figure in front of us. That's why I love this figure so much, and that's why he was number 3 on my top 10 list. Having this figure, looking at this figure on the shelf, is just going to bring me so much joy. And really, that is why we all collect. At least that is why you should collect. Don't collect things that, you hate, or don't... If you're not going to pick up a certain figure, don't hate on it. Oh, the movie sucks because, Anakin sucks in that movie, or blah, blah, blah. He's a whiny teenager. He's supposed to be. He's a teenager. I mean... Anyway, this one's really gone off the rails, but I if you've not clicked off, thank you so much. I love you. You're absolutely amazing. But just like this figure is a beautiful piece, and although some people might not like the movie, I think this figure is perfect, and like legit perfect. It is so good. The head sculpt, chef's kiss. And if you don't like Attack of the Clones, watch the Tartakovsky series and go pick this figure up, because this is actually technically a look that you can get in, from that show. So that is just absolutely fantastic. All right, now getting into some comparisons here. Here he is with the Phase 1 clone trooper from Attack of the Clones. One of my probably... I don't know. This might be my all-time favorite hot toy in my collection. I love it so much. I love Phase 1 troopers. And like I said, this is my favorite movie. So really just these looks are cemented. Like, these are the definitive looks. Maybe not for Anakin as much as I do. I love his Revenge of the Sith look. And as a kid, he's like badass in that movie. But... And like I said, I that was maybe even my first movie theater experience, but I got to see that in the movie theaters, and just a wonderful memory. But also, why I love this movie so much is because I watched this so many times waiting for Revenge of the Sith to come out, because when I was a kid, I tell this story a lot, so if you've heard it by now, I'm very sorry. Skip ahead maybe 20 seconds, but as a kid, when I watched Attack of the Clones and then I watched A New Hope, the last scene of Attack of the Clones is Anakin and Padme getting married, and then you jump to A New Hope and Darth Vader is walking through the door. And as a kid, I was, I didn't understand the concept of movies are being made. I just thought movies always existed. So I always knew that there was just something missing. A piece of the puzzle missing. And it's funny because I ended up finding the Tartakovsky series at Mr. Movies. I rented that thing probably so many times from Mr. Movies. And that was like the missing piece when I was a kid. You saw a little bit more of Anakin turning to the dark side. And it's funny, as a kid, you just don't correlate like, oh, this isn't like all the other movies. This isn't a Star Wars movie. But to me, it was the continuation of the story and just as important as one of the, 5 Star Wars movies that were out at the time. So when Revenge of the Sith came out, it's like my mind was blown, and I was like, I knew it. I knew there was something missing, and yeah, I love telling that story because it's just that childlike innocence, and really that's just why I love this film so much, is purely nostalgia. But I also really I believe wholeheartedly this movie is underrated. But anyway, these guys look absolutely fantastic together. I can't believe how much I'm just rambling, going off on this review here. Alright, and next up we do have the Clone Pilot, which is probably the most underrated, well, okay, maybe not the most underrated figure in the Attack of the Clones line, but it is still underrated, not talked about enough as being one of the best Clone Troopers Hot Toys has made. Fantastic figure, and it just pops on the shelf with that, all white look, and then just the yellow on the helmet. It really does pop, and I absolutely adore this figure. And last but not least, at least for comparisons today, I'm not going to show the entire Attack of the Clones line. That'll take too long in this. I've already rambled through this video long enough, and we'll get sprinkles in here and there with other reviews. I still have to review Padme, Yoda, and Dooku. So we'll get there eventually, comparing the entire line. But last but not least, I think this actually is the most underrated figure in the Attack of the Clones line, the Geonosis B1. This figure is so gorgeous. It is just, it's a work of art. I mean, the articulation is absolutely amazing, and it is sturdy and feels like it's not going to fall over at any point. It is just chef's kiss. They nailed it. And, with Hot Toys, sometimes, I get 2 of a figure, but that figure has to be really good. I got 2 of the Geonosis B1s, and when they do a regular tan B1, I am in for 4. And if they do it with the Stap, like they teased, I'm in for 2 of those. So I will definitely, you guys know me, I get a lot of clones. I have 4 of the, that phase 1 that I just showed. Obviously that comes with the phase 2 head sculpt as well. So I have 2 phase 2, 2 phase 1, but I do plan on getting 2 more of those and keeping them phase 1. So I will get double up on figures, triple up, quadruple up on figures if I want to. So Hot Toys, their B1 is unmatched in my opinion. It is so good. It is just So good, guys. So that is why, I feel like it's the most underrated figure in the Attack of the Clones line. It is that good. But yeah, these two look really cool together, and I could see someone doing a very cool, battle scene in their display. All right, now something I did want to take a quick look at before my closing thoughts are the moving eyes on this guy. Now, pretty much and I think at this point every figure that Hot Toys puts out has the rolling eye system. This was a thing that was really only dedicated to DX figures back in the day, and that was kind of the special perk of those figures. And I love that Hot Toys is just doing that with all these figures. It adds so much to the head sculpt. Now, when they're doing head sculpts on this quality, on this high level, and then you add rolling eyes, it is just, oh man, it is so fun. It adds so much. It's like adding extra articulation, if that makes sense, to a figure. The poses, it's so good. It's just so good. So let's move his eyes just a little bit. Now, even just a subtle eye movement and tilting of the head, it really just changes the expression on this guy and can make him just look pissed off, as Anakin, I thought, did very well in this movie in particular. He just had that good, just hurt, mad, just, he was ready to dish out some of the pain he was feeling, and this figure captures that so perfectly. I am truly, blown away by how good this head sculpt is. It is honestly just insane. So at the end of the day, guys, this is a phenomenal figure. If you are a fan of the prequels, a fan of Anakin Skywalker, if you love Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, this figure is a must-have. I even think this figure is just a must-have in general. I mean, it's Anakin Skywalker. And this figure is so good. I mean, it is literally so good. This figure makes me so excited for that Artisan Anakin. And with how good this is, I know we're in for a treat with that figure. And getting both looks, a legit perfect representation of both looks in the collection is just going to be absolutely fantastic in my opinion. So thank you all for watching. Shout out to my channel members. Y'all are the top G's. But I appreciate each and every one of you that watch my videos. If you're still here, you're a real one. I appreciate you. Leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this figure. Is it a pickup or a pass? Thoughts on the head sculpt? I think it is literally perfect. This whole figure is just a masterpiece in my opinion. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think. Thank you all for watching once again. As always, may the Force be with you. Ayy.